Hi today, and welcome back to the podcast. Doing this solo here today. This is Lieutenant Colonel retired Rob Kirkland, and this is really kind of a short podcast that I wanted to talk to you about regarding military propensity and how you demonstrate that during your interviews with the Blue and Gold Officer, Field Force Representative, or ALO during the interview point, and then during the interview phase with your member of Congress. Now, one of the things I think that I see when I work with candidates, either Service Academy or ROTC, is really a lack of knowledge about the military in general. When I ask them questions like, what do you want to do in the Air Force, or what do you want to do in the Army? After you commission, that's often met with a blank stare. They're not really sure about those things. And so the majority of candidates that are going to be interviewing with these representatives from the academy or at the congressional nomination interviews are not going to have very much knowledge of the military, nor are they really going to have a heck of a lot of military propensity. Meaning, it's not going to seem to the people interviewing them that they know too much about the military, nor seem to be inclined about the military. Usually, when they answer these questions about why they want to do, why they want to be in the military, they'll often answer them by stating things like, I want to be, I'm patriotic. My grandfather served in the military. I want to give back to my country. Generalities like that. And while that's great, and I think that's certainly a pat answer that most ROTC and Service Academy applicants give, it would be really great to be able to go further than that. In other words, by increasing your knowledge of the military, and you do that through study, through understanding the military, through the internet, and the internet's just got great resources on the various services and the specialties and all the things that the services offer. So you should have a great idea before you go into these interviews about kind of what specialty areas you are and what really each of the services actually do. The Army, Navy, and Air Force. For example, oftentimes when I deal with Air Force ROTC or Air Force Academy applicants, they'll state that they want to be a pilot. Same thing with the Navy, that they want to be a pilot. And I try to explain to them a couple of things. One is that the Air Force is a lot more, and the Navy is a lot more than just being pilot. So by stating that you just want to be a pilot and fly a jet, while that's good and you have kind of a focus on what you want to do, that really doesn't give the person interviewing you a good feeling that that the service is a lot more than just that there's a lot more specialties in these services than just flying a jet aircraft. The other thing to consider is that your interviewer may not be a pilot. And if you simply state that you want to be a pilot in the Air Force and you don't have any acknowledgement that there are other uh, specialties in the Air Force, that person may take slight offense to the fact that you don't really have an appreciation of other specialties in the military. So that's sort of what I wanted to talk about, at least initially. But the main point of this podcast is demonstrating military proficiency beyond knowledge. And what I mean by that is about joining organizations that demonstrate your military propensity. And I've already cut a podcast that you see a couple of episodes for on Civil Air Patrol, where you can join as a cadet, as a high schooler or junior high schooler, wear an Air Force uniform, and learn more about what the Air Force is all about through the Civil Air Patrol cadet program. The Navy has similar program, as well as the Marine Corps. Sea cadets, for example, are young Marines, and programs have junior ROTC programs if that's part of your what you have in high school. But there are a number of organizations outside of formal high school programs where you can demonstrate this military proficiency or military propensity, I should say. And so, why is this important? Because what I encourage all my candidates to do is wear the uniform at the interview itself. So if you're going in front of the congressional interview, go in your uniform, go in your Civil Air Patrol uniform, or your Young Marine uniform, or your uh, Sea Cadet uniform. Uh, so that is a tangible way to demonstrate that you have military propensity, that you are a person who is interested in the military, that knows more about the military than just having these kind of general ideas about what the military is all about. So you demonstrate that through that. And you become the only candidate probably that is interviewing that does this, and that's going to make a very, very positive impression on the person that are interviewing you, whether that's an academy representative or a congressional representative. I encourage all of my college applicants to join ROTC in their college to learn more about ROTC. And we did a podcast on ROTC and the service academies and wearing that uniform while you're doing your interview in order to be able to show that military propensity. So I really think that this is an area that's really, really overlooked by a lot of candidates, and one where you can do a small uh, uh, increase in your efforts by joining one of these organizations, getting a uniform, learning how to wear the uniform, learning a little bit about the military, and appearing in uniform during your interview in order to really give you kind of an edge with other candidates overall. So it's something that I really think you should look into. That I highly recommend, and I think it can make a difference in you gaining a nomination and eventual appointment to a service academy. So we'll see you next time. That was a short one today, but hopefully it was helpful to you. Thanks.